Hello again, my great Nigerian people. This is Niger Bliss TV, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking about Pastor Odutola and why he left Redeemed Christian Church of God. Some of you might know him already, or you might have heard of the story, but we're going to look at it together and analyze some of his reasons and see what is really going on. So that being said, make we just jump right in to the gist.
And the proposal was to merge all the churches in North America together, for them to drop their tax exempt numbers and we come under one tax identity. Many of us rejected the idea, and one of the reasons for the rejection of the idea is that if any church in Idaho or any part of America does something wrong and they want to sue them, they will sue everybody together. One of the other things that we said was that if you want to get a loan to do a building or anything, it has to be central, which means everything that we used to enjoy as an entity, we have to go to the central before it can be approved. Either we want to apply for immigration, for any of the pastors or instrumentalists or people that work. It's impossible. You have to go once. Now, 2 or 3 years ago, there was a proposal. The issue was brought up again. They laid it to rest then, and we thought it was over. Then this common purpose agreement, 38-page agreement, came forward on the same issue. And part of the things that was written on it was all the churches, we should hand over the buildings and all the assets, but not the liabilities. And we said, who does that? Why would I?
I've not watched the rest of this video, but what I can tell, because you see, management, let us for 2 seconds assume that the churches use business, Nigerian churches use business models to run the churches, and that's just the truth, whether they like to accept it or not. But from what I'm seeing, because working from a position of management, they always make decisions, and I think this decision, yeah, even in Nigeria, churches send all the offering and everything to the central, then the central now gives them funds for projects on a need basis, and that one's common here. But from what I'm seeing there, it seemed as if maybe the central body was kind of worried that these pastors are running their own program, and they just wanted everybody to be under one roof so that everybody, nobody starts doing their own thing and go haywire under their nose. I'm pretty sure they've had similar problems, so I think that's where this is coming from. I don't really blame the management of Redeem for that. They have to do what they think benefits the church body as a whole.
Hand over $10 million of assets and $4 million liability will not belong to me. Is it my father's business? And they said, people said no. Later on, they came up with a 3-page agreement to sign. We showed this agreement to our lawyers, and one of the things the lawyer said is that slavery ended a long time ago, because some of the things that were there, it's unbelievable that it's a Christian that drew up this. So when I saw the 3-page letter or agreement, I said to myself, why?
You should have mentioned some of these unbelievable things that were in that paper, because it's not the fact that you're even bringing a lawyer, when your bosses are saying you should do this and do that, already shows, kind of proves the point why the main church body is concerned, because you all work under a central body. You are employed. If you don't like it, resign.
How did 38 pages become 3 pages? So what happened to the rest of the 35 pages? At that time, trust had been lost. I went to God in prayer, and for me, it was a no-go for me. I cannot sign the document and lose my soul. Because I felt if I sign that thing, it is out of conscience. And I can't. So I refused to sign. Then a year ago, they wrote us a letter saying, if you don't sign, you are no longer part of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. No longer part of the Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Exactly. You are employed. You have to sign what your guy says you should sign. You understand? There are terms of service, terms of employment. You are not running your own show here. It's not your church. Let's leave all this spiritual matter out of it. It's a business. The spiritual is more of a business now. Spiritual comes second. So, when you open your own church, Uncle Dutola, when you open your own church, let's see how you run it. Whether you will not be guilty of these same things you are complaining about in a couple of years' time.
I said, that's okay. And they said, we'll give you 1 year. We spoke back and forth, but nothing happened. So I knew that they were eventually sending us away as a church. So in February this year, they wrote another letter saying, now that you have not signed for 1 year, you are no longer part of RCCG. So in April this year, I resigned, and just as Baltimore resigned from the organization RCCG North America and RCCG all over the world. So from today, this in fact is our first Sunday as an independent church, not under... Woo!
Wait, can someone explain this to me? This is what the body... Now you have taken the church and the complex and everything. You are claiming the church and everything. Was it not under the name of Redeemed? You got all these things for the church. Now you want to separate the church. You leave the building. Let somebody else come and take over. It's not yours. How are these things being run? Is the building rented under another name? How are you separating the members and the assets from the main body? I don't understand. Let me watch this to the end. And everybody's clapping. What are they clapping about?
I served for 30 years with nothing from any organization.